Okay, this is the second part for November 7th, Algebra 1, checking page 85. All we have to do is check 9 and 10 now. So on this one, a number m is more than negative 7 2/3 or at most negative 10. Okay, so sometimes these can get real confusing, so don't give up. What I like to do is let's look at this first statement here. Now, or at most. So this is going to be an or statement. So m is more than negative 7 2/3. So you got to be careful. It's more than, so it's not going to be equal to. You've got to be careful of your with the negatives and saying more than. If it's a negative 7 2/3, a negative 6, a negative 5, 0, those are all greater than this. Okay, so that's going to be important. Or at most negative 10. So at most negative 10. So that means you're negative 10. Ooh, I think we just found an one that in an or statement, they're not. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you guys something. M at most is negative 10. Remember when I said earlier on or statements, your arrow should be facing the opposite direction when your x's or your variables are on the left? Okay, now check this out. Our variables on the left, but our inequalities are facing together, or like towards each other. But look at the numbers. If the numbers are in numerical order, I bet if we rewrite this, it's going to follow suit, which it will. So I'm going to bring an arrow down here. So m is less than negative 10, or m is greater than, or wait, at most. So that means it can be equal to also. So at most. Okay, or m is greater than negative 7 2/3. No, not there. All right, when it's like this, I just think it's easier to graph because then it's going to be, and these are all your negatives, so don't worry about your zero is going to be up here somewhere. So I would probably just say, like, you know, negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, 8, negative 10. Probably don't even need all those. But it's negative 12. So it's going to be less than, your m is less than, so it's going to go like that, close circle. Greater than negative 7 2/3. Now, be careful where this is. Negative 7 2/3, like this is negative 7, so negative 7 2/3 is going to be a little closer to negative 8. So that's going to be an open circle. I could have spread these out a little bit more. That's probably a bad example. You get the gist. Okay. Probably should have gone by odd numbers. All right, here we go. Last one. A number number r is no less than negative 1.5 and fewer than 9.5. Okay, so this is and fewer. So this is an and statement. R is fewer than 9.5. I'm going to go that way. And no less than, oh, this is a little tricky, especially if you're not a reading strength. And no less than negative 1, negative 1.5. Number r is no less than negative 1.5. So would that be equal? No less than, so it could be equal. I would say it's equal. Okay, notice these are halves, so I would probably go in increments of maybe like 1.5. We're going to use notebook paper for our other problems because this is a mess. Negative 1.5. Oh, dang it. So if you go like, well, let's just do this. Negative 1.5. Now, negative 1.5, if you go up each negative 1.5, okay, so plus 1.5 is going to be 0. Plus 1.5 is 1.5. This is going to be 3. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, that's going to be 6. Probably not the best thing. That's going to be 9. So your 9.5 is going to be like right here. So it's going to be open circle though. Open, closed, there. Oh, this is open. All right, well, there's your checking from 3 through 10. I'm going to put another video on how to solve your inequalities, how to go ahead and find now what those x terms are for an and statement or an or statement. It's very simple. Okay, so get ready, flip back over to page 84. We're going to look, no, excuse me, 83. I want you to flip back to 83. Now we're going to watch the third video on how to solve this. Get a piece of paper and look at 83.